Hello, welcome to Joy of Stationery. This is Jennifer, and what I have for you here is admittedly, a new planner that I was really tempted to take a look at and to try out. So this is actually, I think, the brand's name is Marks, and this is the Colors line. And I think where I got this, there were only a few colors available, so I just opted for this, slightly deeper green. I think they had one other green, but it was a little bit lighter. But this is an A6 size. You can see that it's 2023 to 2024, so this is actually a September to December, so September of 2023 into 2024 and ending in December of 2024. I'm not sure if you can actually see what's sort of printed on this cover in silver foil is a little description here. Add vibrant color to your daily life with this diary and find time to be yourself. September 2023 to December 2024 weekly schedule in the colors line. And with September quickly coming up, I wondered if this might be a good option for time blocking the week. So right now, as I've been working through the different planners and trying to find my setup, I do feel like I've gotten a little bit of a hold on what a daily planning setup might be. But I don't quite have something that gives me a weekly view, week by week. I do have the Hobonichi weeks, but I think there's something about the kind of horizontal weeks that can sometimes help, but I think for time blocking isn't quite as immediately discernible to me, I think, in terms of just the way that I'm able to kind of process visual information. So again, I took a look at this. I was also admittedly really intrigued by the fact that this cover comes with this kind of plastic cover on cover, if you will, except this plastic cover on cover, and I think this is part of what the Marks line does, has this zippered pocket in the front here. And I guess I was just really excited by the customization possibilities for this, right? And so I could easily kind of put in, let's say, maybe part of a small postcard in there if I wanted to switch the design a little bit. I could take out the cover itself and put a sticker on it, but I can also use this zipper to store various things, right? And so if I wanted to, for example, even store let's say a pen or some portable scissors, I can just kind of slip those right on in, and there we are. So I will say that the appeal of having this kind of see-through pouch that was already part of the planner was something that was just very appealing to me, and I'm excited to see how that could work out. And because it is removable, I've not tried this yet, but I don't see why one wouldn't be able to kind of reuse this plastic cover on cover with other kind of similarly similar thickness A6 notebooks or techos or planners. So yeah, so I thought I might just pick it up and see how I like it. Let me just give you a little bit of an overview, and I'm new to this myself in terms of this kind of, or this particular brand of planner. You can see that this says 2024 Agenda International Edition September 2023 to December 2024. Yeah, that's right. Marks Incorporated is the brand. We have here kind of a page for personal data and in case of emergency, contact information. And then we open up to kind of this overview here, and you can see that it includes the yearly calendar for 2023, 2024, and 2025. And it is kind of very nicely laid out across the 2 pages for each of the years, which I actually quite like. I like being able to kind of, sort of, here's 2023, here's 2024, here's 2025, and what often helps me actually is being able to kind of, in some ways, see more calendar, more time kind of on a spread altogether, because it just kind of helps me, again, visually to think about what my schedule's kind of looking like, what the calendar kind of looks like in terms of thinking about and pacing out long-term goals, things like that. So even though there isn't necessarily room to write anything here, it always just kind of helps me visually to see, see the months ahead and the years ahead. Actually, I think for a lot of techos, you don't necessarily get too many years ahead. So this is actually really nice, nice for just kind of some long-term planning purposes for me. And then we go to this, sort of another kind of yearly overview, a year plan for 2024 is what it says there. And, this is something that you see similarly in some other techos where you've got, the days of the week, the days of the month spread across the 2 pages here. And I'm still kind of working on what I can use these kinds of spreads best for, but I have seen a lot of other folks in the stationery community use them for tracking, for example, so it's nice that they have this here. And then we get to the monthlies. So you can see that the printing for the Marks Incorporated planner here is much sort of, rather than using kind of a fainter gray, they use a black ink, and so it's very kind of clear to see if you like or appreciate that. It does look like they have some room on the side for memos, a kind of a lined column here, and they start in September as they advertised here, and then you've got this very clear monthly. They actually, for the days of the week, I do like this touch. They have the name of the days in other languages other than English kind of on the side here. So, for example, you've got, it looks like French, Italian, Spanish, and German. So that's a nice touch. And they've got, Sundays in the red ink as well here, as well as down here it looks like they've got in miniature, right, as kind of a little thumbnail reference, the month prior and the month after. So that's really nice. I am kind of struck by, I'm used to like a fainter ink, so it is kind of nice as a little bit of a refreshing change to have the calendar laid out quite, so clearly. It really kind of jumps out. But, so as you can see, they've got the last 4 months of the year, September through December, and then we start in January 2024 and continue on. And I think it does kind of end exactly at December. Yeah, so exactly September through December in terms of the monthlies that they offer here. And then we go into the weekly, so starting with the first week that September begins, which includes the last several days of August. And what I liked about this and what I wanted to try out is because I've been wanting to experiment a little bit more with time blocking and having actually kind of a sense of a daily timeline that kind of included sort of on the half hour. You can see here that this goes from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., but they do have a little dot that marks perhaps the, you know, the 30-minute mark, right? So 7:30 to 8, 8:30, 9. And that was something that I was kind of looking for, just to be able to do some time blocking in a little bit more detail than just every hour. So I'm glad that that's here. And again, this is an A6 size, so it's not terribly huge. But again, I think just for the purposes of time blocking, I'm looking forward to trying to experiment with this and see how this works. You can see here, it looks like they have some. Oh, okay. I wonder if, so the left-hand column, it looks like it's divided up into 3, but I wonder if they've done this intentionally to kind of break up maybe the morning section. This is sort of late morning around noon to early afternoon section, and then kind of the afternoon and evening section here. So, you know, maybe in case you wanted to kind of indicate certain kinds of things, I'm glad that that option's there, as well as a little bit of room at the top for each day, in case you needed to jot down any maybe priorities or just a really kind of quick or brief little note. So yeah, they also kind of list over here the number of the week, right? So this one says 36th week, for example, as well as kind of the, oh, I didn't quite take note of this on the page before. So we've got the current month in miniature here, right? So September 2023. And then on the bottom here, they've also got the next month in miniature. So again, I appreciate these little gestures to help planners, right? Or help users to kind of look ahead to things, right? To be able to kind of future plan a little bit, or at least have some of those dates in mind. So yeah, I'm actually quite curious to bring this into my system come September, especially because for me, that's when the kind of intensity of the teaching semester is going to begin again. So this might just be really useful to have. You can see that they also include these 2 bookmarks. There's a gray one and a nice kind of striking red one for you to mark your page should you need that. And once again, this goes, I think, till just the very end of December. Yep. So the very end of December, which gives you the first several days of the new year, right, in January. So after the weeklies, which are the main portion of the planner, we do get some notes pages, and these are lined notes pages. And I've mentioned before that lined isn't necessarily always my preference, but this can be really useful just to have a number of notes pages for memos or any kind of quick notes that you might need to take down. And after which we get a nice little 2-page spread for addresses if you'd like to keep track of any, with name, phone, address, email, little signifiers, but otherwise, you know, without necessarily any kind of breaks to limit yourself. So you have kind of the flexibility to add what information that you need to here. So I appreciate that as well. And then finally, it ends with this world time chart. So that's always, that can always be really useful to have as well. And I think that's pretty much it. Yet we kind of end with, I guess the final page is sort of a final notes page, should you need that. And so I did just want to test out, I don't use, well, I won't do an extensive pen test at the moment, but I was kind of curious about how well it holds up with fountain pen ink. So I'll use a fountain pen and a gel pen, since those 2 are the ones that I tend to go between the most often. So I have here my Kaweco student pen. I really love this pen, by the way. This has worked really well for me in terms of a fountain pen. And so I'll just do a quick pen test here. Okay, that's great. So it doesn't look like it really bleeds. So I'm really glad about that. That's nice to know. And of course I don't expect the gel pen to bleed out, but I just wanted to kind of know how it feels, especially because I love using these Uniball 1P gel pens so much. So I do most of my planning in these pens now. And I felt like it wrote really smoothly. That actually felt really nice, so yay. I'm glad for that. Just lastly, I just wanted to kind of show you the back pockets here. It looks like the plastic cover, yeah, has room for, you know, a smaller pocket up here, as well as kind of a, looks like a kind of card pocket here. So that's really nice. I really love, I really love sort of plastic covers or any kind of covers really that give these kinds of other pocket options, especially card pockets and things. And I think it's just really fun to kind of think about all the different things you can kind of include in the pockets, and that they kind of make room for that, right? They've kind of brought that into their brainstorming and their thinking for the design of this product. So there you have it. Again, this is the Marks Incorporated planner in the A6 size. This is their colors version. I think they have other ones where it's not just a solid color, but other sort of color designs, like maybe some swirls and things like that. But I just wanted to kind of try it with a color here. And as I mentioned, you know, part of the appeal for me is also the possibility of both the plastic pouch part here for customizing, as well as the nice sort of solid color background for customizing as well, you know, with stickers and things. So I just wanted to try a few here that I actually had in mind. These are all Platinum Flora stickers because I really love them. Oh, I think that looks quite nice. This is a Monstera Monday one, you know, and it's an attempt to make Mondays, at least for me, feel a little bit less daunting. So if I have a cute little sticker here that sort of celebrates Monday in a new way with this lovely, the Monstera plant, you know, that might be that might be nice for getting me to kind of reach for the planner, perhaps. Oh, so I like how the green actually looks really good with that. Another one I have from Platinum Flora is this It's Okay sticker, which is always a always a helpful reminder. That looks nice as well. That looks nice as well. I do have sort of a coffee one from Platinum Flora as well. It's a little bit more of a subtle look, but that also does look nice. And a final one I just wanted to try is another one I really love from Platinum Flora. This lovely little kind of green rainbow. Take your time to grow, and it's just, you know, a nice little encouraging sentiment, and I quite like that as well. Yeah, I quite like that as well. I think I like this one. I like the Monstera one. But if there were any that you thought looked particularly good, again, I'm just kind of thinking in terms of maybe some customization options that would just make this fun for me, right? And kind of make this a planner that that brings a smile to my face when I sort of pick up, reach for, and helps me to kind of, yeah, to sort of get into it and use it with joy. So in any case, I hope that was helpful for you. This was a new planner for me, so again, I hadn't really seen it around, so I was very curious about it. So I just wanted to be able to make a quick little video for you as well, just in case you might be interested in this, in case you hadn't heard of this. And again, it's a weekly planner in the A6 size, so there's not going to be a huge amount of room depending on what your planning needs are, but in case this is something that you feel like might be helpful for your system, you know, like I was thinking, you know, I wanted you to be able to have some information about it just in case. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed and hope to see you in the next one. All right, bye.